The 3 laws of robotics. 1. A robot may not injure a human being or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm. 2. A robot must obey the orders given to it by the one possessing control of or authority except where such orders would conflict with the first law. 3. A robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law. Welcome back to Off-Frame Games, where we're playing Lucy, the Eternity She Wished For. And I have a talking tin can named Lucy. But she'll be out of power save mode, so maybe, just maybe, things will change. I've endured this far with one goal in mind. There hasn't been a single day where I could rest. It's become natural to go to bed at the crack of dawn. I don't recall the last time I have been home. Thinking back, it's been quite a long while. 15 years have passed since I started this project, but the end is near. 15 years of hard work and determination. After all this time, the fruits of my labor finally will be realized. Oh, how long I've yearned for this day. I'd almost given up on you so many times, but I persevered and finally succeeded. I barely managed to hold back the tears. I remind myself that it's still too early to celebrate. I must restrain my exuberance. I'm teetering on the brink of complete exhaustion. I've been pushed physically and mentally to my limit. I've become a shell of my former self. The last 15 years have taken a huge toll on me. I cannot wait any longer. That is why, please open your eyes, Lucy Valentine. He's a special robot. I shut off the alarm by reflex. I groggily get up to check the time. The clock reads 6:30 a.m. and school starts at 8 a.m. sharp. Takes 30 minutes to get there, so I have about an extra hour. That's plenty of time left, and I'm still feeling a bit tired. Closing my eyes, I lie back down. I decide to catch some extra Z's. After a brief moment, I get back up. I realize that I have been forgetting something. Come to think of it, wasn't there a... Well, let's be honest. There's a robot in my room. I look around for the android. Good, she didn't wander off. And there it is, dressed in provocative clothing, with a tall nose, luscious lips, and hair glinting in silver. The android named Lucy came into my view. Lucy. Lucy. As I call out to her, I am greeted by an immediate reaction. It seems to be revving itself up. It mutters something and starts to rise off the floor. A robot with looks no different to those of a real person. Also with With a pretty face to boot. Oh, god damn it. I'm a robophile. No, just... No, don't get the wrong idea. Just because it's attractive doesn't mean I'm interested. Since it's a robot. In other words, it's like checking out a girl from a magazine. Except that feeling is amplified tenfold in this case, because, I mean, the girl in the magazine's a real person, just photoshopped most of the time. And then this is a, walking toaster. Although technology is improving, a huge gap remains between humans and robots. You can't approach a person like you would with a robot. No matter how close a robot would stimulate a human being, machine and man will always be different. As I continued staring at the android, I think to myself, what kind of greeting should I be using here? Good morning? Did you sleep well? They all feel so out of place. I decided to ask her her condition and said, Lucy, how are your battery levels?
100% 충전 완료.
Good.
문제는 발견되지 않습니다.
Also good. I let out a yawn as I make my way to the bathroom. Finishing up my mooring calculations, I dry myself up with a towel as I head downstairs. Entering the living room, I spot a couple plain sandwiches on the table. Grabbing one, I start to munch down. It is always the same sandwich from the convenience store just across the street. While chewing, I glance around the living room. My father has already left for work. He always leaves early and returns late at night. Actually, he typically spends the night at work. That's how it is around here. I head back to my room. It's too bright, it burns! Fuck, the sun. The android is waiting for me in the exact same spot. Looks like it hasn't budged an inch, as expected from a robot. Putting that aside, I start to prepare for school. While packing my bag, I start to wonder if the robot has any magical self-regenerative abilities, because I am an idiot. So, how do you feel? Now that you're fully charged, are you able to walk? Its head slowly turns to face me.
하체 관절부의 상당량의 과부하를 감지. 통상적인 임무를 수행하기에는 무리라고 판단. 이에 걸맞은 적재적소의 수리가 요구됩니다.
Keep things simple, remember? No, honestly, that is very simple. Hey, my legs don't work. I can't really walk.
아직 걸을 수 없습니다.
Still? Aren't you in pain? Said a human to a robot. Anyways, I understand. I'm not even gonna attempt to fix it myself. I am way out of my depth here. I'll see what's happening once I take it to the repair shop. I'm just about finished packing. The only thing left is the android itself. How am I going to lug this thing? Place it in my backpack. Look, okay. I don't know what you can say about other cultures, but I cannot think of anywhere where a human-sized anything could ever fit into a backpack. Alright? I don't care how strict you are with school, how strict you are with anything. That's not a backpack, that's a body bag. Go. I guess there's no other choice. I kneel down facing away from the robot. Alright. Hop onto my back, said the human with brittle bones to the robot made of metal. It tilts its head to the side, looking confused. After noticing that, I start to get a little irritated. Top of the line, yeah? Okay, yeah. Am I supposed to explain, like, every little thing. Okay, listen up, listen up, listen up. Put your arms around my neck and climb onto my back. Can you do that? It follows my instructions to the letter. It is now choking me. I am dead.
확인 요망. 이 방법이 맞습니까?
Stop! I surrender! Don't do it! A strangling grip loosens because I am not a smart man. And I told a robot to strangle the shit out of me. I collapsed to my knees in a coughing fit. I think I nearly blacked out there. Are you trying to murder me? Look, there's no need for you to put that much force into it. Just do enough not to fall off. Oh, God, I thought it was a goner. The thing needs a steel. This thing is like a steel vice chokehold because it's a robot, and I told it to do it. Look, this android should put a world wrestling champion to shame. Just. All right, so let's try that again, and remember, I like living. Second time's a charm. Rising off the floor, I brace myself for the extra weight. But lo and behold, it is deceptively light. I think I'm coming around to appreciate this first class product. And lift off. I'm gonna be carrying a cute girl on my back all the way to a repair shop where I'm gonna drop her off and leave her there for... I'm not gonna finish that. The weather's not too bad. The brisk autumn breeze is cool against my skin. I gladly inhale the crisp morning air, letting last night's stress melt away. The streets are still quiet, which is good. The less there to see this, the better. Especially with the thing that I am lugging on my back, and on top of my backpack. So, okay, let's see here. Where is the repair shop? If memory serves, it should be about 15 minutes away, which is a relief, as I'm not really what you would call a fit guy. Not sure I can flip this thing much longer. I'm going to die. And now this robot's fidgeting. Hey, hold on tighter so you don't fall off. It feels like I'm scolding a child. Ah, too much, too much. Stop moving around back there, okay? I could feel the android through my clothes. Its texture feels surprisingly similar to humans. I noticed it yesterday, but it managed to surprise even me again today. And that's not the only thing. It's warm to the touch. It feels like I'm carrying an actual person. It's probably just a heating system. That would explain it, right? Wow, you feel like a real person. I muttered to myself absent-mindedly.
냉각기 및 온도계는 정상적으로 작동 중입니다.
Oh, thank you for ruining this nice moment.
인간의 기온을 척도로 세밀한 발열량 조절을 반복하고 있습니다.
Motherboards and microprocessors consisting of various computer chips. There must be thousands of those inside a single android. The heat emanating from that machine, it's as warm as a human skin, feels just like us. But it's not a real person, just an elaborate fake. Sometimes I fear what progress in technology would bring to the future. Do you know where we're heading? With the world, the robot shakes his head sideways. So we're going to a place that'll get you fixed up. When they begin the repairs, you need to be still and quiet, so that they won't be distracted. Do you understand? Hey, I'm asking if you understand. Say something. Maybe I took the command literally. I just hope it got my message. Letting out a frustrated sigh, I resume walking. It'll be about time for my classmates to head in. I begin to hurry as to avoid running into anyone that might recognize me. I arrive at the place in an aching and huffing mess. Here's a lot of small and sure has a look of a small antique shop. Though mostly dealing in second-hand goods, they do dabble in robot repairs. Word is, there's even a fixer who likes robotics, and that he's half decent. Normally, I wouldn't be caught in a place like this, but I did just steal this robot. What? A customer already? Alright, hold on. Yeah, talking about a grumpy demeanor. After a while, the man emerges from the back, scratching his head. Alright, I forgot this is anime-esque. Judging from that none too pleasant expression, I'm pretty sure the guy is not an early riser. Stifling a yawn, he asked, Alright, so what can I do for you so early in the morning? Unable to move my arms, I gestured at the android draped over my back with my chin. Hey, can you fix this? Is that an android? Wiping his tired eyes, he gazed intently at the robot. Alright. Let me see here. I don't think I've ever seen this model before. I spot a glint of curiosity in those sleepy, half-closed eyes of his. He walks over to take a closer look. Well, I'm stumped. I can't make out the model. It's probably some obscure model with some unknown company, or it's never actually been released to the public. Where did you get this, kid? Internet? Okay, so how should I play this? He might call the cops on me. What I did was kind of illegal and clearly illegal. So, what should I say? I have two choices. This is not a choice. I could tell the truth, but I'm gonna say I found it lying outside somewhere. I found it lying around somewhere outside. It's the first thing that had come to mind, and it didn't seem too believable. So what's he gonna say? You found this. You found this somewhere. This thing. Yeah, somebody probably just threw it out. Yeah, it must have been some rich fella. Robots are typically quite expensive, especially the premium models. Though more common nowadays, it's still a luxury to own one. Just don't throw them away like you would an old toy. It's like saving up to buy a top-of-line television. On top of that, this android really is a high-class model. The repairman views the robot from multiple angles. Alright. So, I don't know where this thing is exactly from, but it's definitely not from the S Company. Mind if I take a closer look? Sure, go right ahead. I set down the robot. The repairman examines it meticulously from head to toe. The android's like a statue. Its eyes staring right at me. Good thing I told it to stay quiet before we got here. So the number on the belly here is PIM. Yeah, it must be from K Robotics. I suddenly grow a tad bit nervous. This guy is sharper than he looks. And let's be fair, He does look very sharp. Look, point, 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 point. Very sharp. Well, this, no choice but to ride this. I play dumb. K Robotics, you said? Yeah, that's right. They're close by. And how can you... Oh, I recognize the build. This makes KR the only ones who can produce this level of quality. But something's not right. He stares at the android. I've seen my fair share, but this model's a complete unknown. Are you like the only child of that company's president or something? No. Well, then I guess you really did find it somewhere. Consider yourself damn lucky. Not a single bit of information has been released about this model yet. That's how new this is. Well, looks like I've hit the jackpot. Sure doesn't feel like it though. Wait a minute. What's this? A nasty frown forms on his face. Is something wrong? Yeah, you could say that. Suddenly he starts fussing like a little kid. What kind of sicko would do this? Just look at it, the whole frame is ruined. It won't even be able to move around properly on its own. He was right. Pretty savvy of him to point that out. I guess he is the real deal after all. So do you think you can fix it? Look, that's not the main issue here. There's something more important. And what's that? Do you have the resolve to take proper care of this android? The resolve? Where did this come from? Okay, listen. Look, androids break easily. They're fragile. They're sensitive. They're delicate. You get what I'm saying here? He emphasizes the point 3 times. Three times. That's how passionate he was about it. I can see that he clearly loves this robot. His robots. He probably loves this robot too, let's be fair. But at the same time, he's starting to freak me out. He continues to rant. Look, to a lot of people, androids are nothing but fancy toys nowadays. I mean, those kinds of folks pay for my food and my bills, so... Yeah, but whenever I hear about how they've been mistreating their androids, I tend to lose my temper. They don't understand how important these creatures really are to us. I unwittingly take a small step back. Creatures. This man just referred to an android as creatures. He is not right in the head. From time to time, there have been people who fall in love with androids. Not just carnal desires. I'm talking about people who are willing to spend the rest of their lives with androids, treating them as equals. It's a controversial topic that's getting more discussion. It's an abnormality spawning from the advancing civilization with constant innovations in technology. As someone who's never seen it happen firsthand, I've always refused to believe it. Can't believe such people actually exist. An android simply lacks the intellect to be paired up with a human being. But it's nothing but a glorified hunk of metal that can make our lives just a tad bit easier. I'd rather spend my entire life with a monkey. At least monkeys are actually living creatures. And they share some of the similarities with humans. This is my first-hand experience with the case. And I feel more disappointed than shocked. He seems perfectly normal. I guess you can't really judge a book by its cover. Look, I'll get this fixed, but you better treat it right. Got it? Really? I'm not the one who banged it up in the first place. Even so, I don't feel it's worth starting an argument over. So let's just get this over with. Crystal, got it. Don't hurt the robot. Got it. Yeah. Alright, man, what a great kid. So, at least you listen when someone, tells you something. Since we're all chummy now, how about lowering the price? Yeah, no, just stop right there. Well, that was a full 180. So much for our budding friendship. You know what? Fine, I got it. Half price, since you're my first customer of the day. Honestly, I'm relieved to hear that. Any discounts are certainly welcome. Great! Can you have it ready by the end of school? It's a pretty light day, so yeah, no, it's doable. Punches some number right into the calculator, and then he shows me the results. So I was planning on only charging you this much. What do you think? I blank out for a bit. There are a lot of video games that I had wanted to buy. I also need to save up for new textbooks that I'll be using next year. This robot better pay for itself. Fine. I'll pay you when I come back. Holding out my treasured pocket watch, I glance at the time. I've wasted way too much time here today. An outdated gear clunker on this day and age? I like it. Has a nostalgic charm. I'm well aware that these types of watches are hard to find, but more importantly, this is my personal way of rebelling against this continuously developing society. Hey, you piece of junk. Can't you hear me? No response. I've finally decided to address it by name. Lucy? The robot immediately reacts. What is with this thing? Lucy, I'll be back right after school. Behave yourself, alright? The android wobbles its head back and forth. I hope it understood me. And with that, I leave the shop.